Hello, this is short video upon the Business Importer application for QuickBooks Desktop. I've already opened our template file so you can see how it is organized. So here we have all the lists with entities we support for import to QuickBooks. And I would be showing the app on the example of invoice import. As you can see here, I have data for my invoices. And also one important stuff is to create a invoice with two or more item lines, several item lines. You would need to specify the same invoice number to those lines. So here at this file, I will have 3 invoices with those numbers. Okay, here we go. So this is basically the interface of Business Importer application. Once you run it on your computer, it automatically connects to your currently opened QuickBooks company. So in case you have several QuickBooks company files, just close one and open another one, and then launch our app, and it will connect to the currently opened one. So here you go to select the file from your computer, support Excel or CSV files. I've already selected our template file. Then in case you have several sheets in the file, you are to select the sheet needed. In my case, the sheet is called Invoice. And also here in this dropdown, you select the entity you would like to import to QuickBooks. As you can see, we support many transaction types here. Also the lists like customer names or like your vendors list or account list or item list, and some stuff also for payroll. Let me also quickly show you the most important settings. So here we go. The app can apply reference numbers from the import file to transaction. So it will put the same numbers that you have in the file to the QuickBooks. But in my case, I will use just the numbers in the file, I mean the invoice numbers, to let the app know which lines of the invoice should be joined. And I apply generating reference number automatically in the application, so the app itself will generate the reference numbers for me. Also, it's possible to keep the QuickBooks sequence of numbers for imported transactions. For that, you would need just to disable both of those settings, and then the app will allow QuickBooks to enumerate transactions. In my case, I'm generating ref numbers automatically. Also, here in the settings, what else interesting we have? For product, we have a feature of auto creation of the product. So once you import an invoice, and let's say you have the item in the invoice called coffee, but you don't have this item set up in your QuickBooks yet. So during the import, our application, if this setting is enabled, it will be able to create the item which was not yet in your QuickBooks according to this settings. So you here select, like, I don't know, like it can be non-inventory stuff, and you select an income account that should be associated with the created item. And according to those settings, the app will automatically create stuff for you in your QuickBooks. We have the same thing for accounts auto creation and the same for customers and vendors auto creation. Yeah, once I've saved my settings, I hit next. And here is the step where you actually map your file. I'm using the template file, so you can see all the file is already mapped correctly to QuickBooks fields. The point with the mapping is that it basically gives you the list of QuickBooks fields right here. The red fields are required, so without them in your file, the import will not go through. So for invoice, it's obligatory to have customer names and names of the items. All the other fields, the same as other columns in our file, they're optional. So you use just only those you need. And what's going on here? So in case you would use your own file, the app would be able to see this first line of the headings of the columns. So this one in the file, and here in the drop-down, it will give you exactly the names of the headings of the columns. So I have all of them right here. And what do I need to do to map them? So I just okay, so this is my customer field in QuickBooks, and which column should be corresponding to this field? in my case, the column is called customers, so I select it. And I'm doing the same for each and every field I want to use during the import. So you drop down the list, you select the column needed from your file, the name would be specified here, and that's it. So once you went through the mapping, you verified it looks good, you can save it and use for all the subsequent imports. So if you use your own custom file, there is no need to map the file each and every time. You will just use your saved mapping, and the app will reproduce the mapping. Kind of, it will recognize your files, the headings of the columns. They should be the same. I mean, they should remain in the file. And you just change the data inside of a file to the new one. Yeah, so the app will just recognize the mapping once saved and apply it for import. So once you hit next, the app also will give you the preview. So the app will show you all the information that it's going to import. So you can also verify all the values you're importing. So in my case, the app will join the lines in the invoice several lines to one invoices. So here I will have only 3 invoices according to the numbers in the file, but different numbers generated by the application itself will be put to QuickBooks. So let me show you this. I hit start import. Yeah, I have quite a lot of attempts here. It will kind of go to your QuickBooks to create those three transactions. Yep, it's done. So yeah, the green lock finished means that you're good. Also, in case something would look bad in your QuickBooks, and you can click revert, and the app will take off all the transactions it imported. If you want more details about the import, you can click show log, and the app will give you also the reference numbers. So in my case, it have created the invoice number 1, 2, and 3. And to open them in QuickBooks, you can just either find them here. Here they are basically, but the app can also open them for you. Yeah, so that's how my invoice looks like. Kind of in case you specify more data in the file, you will have more data here imported. That is it. We also have an export feature. So here you would select the entity you're going to export from the app among all the available entities, and select the time range during which you want our app to export data from the QuickBooks, and you just start export and you get the file. Also, we do have you can access your imports and exports history right here at any time. But once you close the app, it will refresh the logs, and there will be no way to revert the import after you close the app. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.